Alright guys, we're going to go into this really quick. Hopefully we'll understand and get this down pretty good. So we're going to be doing augmented matrices. So this is assuming we have some idea of matrices. Maybe not super beast at it, but you have some idea. So intro to systems. So here are the rules for elementary row operations when it comes to matrices, what we're doing today. You can interchange your rows. You can multiply a row by a non-zero constant, and you can add a multiple of one row to another. So we're going to start simple. Would we ever really use a system of would we ever use matrices to solve a system of equations with two variables? Probably not. Maybe you plot them and solve by intersection, or maybe by substitution, or maybe by elimination. But if you wanted to use a matrix, you can. So let's do an example, guys. So what you want to do is you want to line up all the x's together. So I'm going to move that to the left. So we're going to write 2x plus y minus 2x plus y equals a negative 8. And what I mean by line up all the x's together, I mean put them in a column. 5x plus 3y equals negative 7. So there it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an augmented matrix. And you're just going to write the coefficients. That should have come out as a 2, but it's writing a little funny. That's fine. 2, 1, and then negative 8. And I'm going to partition that matrix like so. 5, 3, negative 7. And I've seen some people do giant parentheses. That's fine if you want to go that route. So what we want, guys, is we want ones starting on the upper left-hand corner, and we want ones on that diagonal. So that one, and then everywhere else is 0. And I guess you could call it an identity matrix, but that's specific to a square matrix that has ones down the diagonal and zeros all over the place. And so what we want is, remember this was the x column and this was the y column. So if you get a 1 there and a 0 here, then that's going to give me my x solution. And if you get that 5 to be a 0 and that 3 to be a 1, then it's going to give me my answer for my y, what my y coordinate is. So yeah, let's go, what my y coordinate is for that system of equation, right? For the solution. So let's figure this out. Let's see if we can figure it out, guys. So remember what I want. I want a 1 on the diagonals, and I can already see that I have a 1 right here. So if I just switch these rows, I already got my 1. So I'm just going to switch the rows first, and I can do that because we can interchange rows all we want, day and night. So here we go. I'm going to write 5, 3, negative 7, and then 2, 1, negative 8. Perfect. So I got a 1 there. So now the next thing that I want to do, what do I want to do? Usually you want to start with the bottom left-hand corner. You want to get a 0 there. But I don't really feel like multiplying that 5 by negative 2/5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a 0 where the 3's at. And the way to do that, the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to multiply row 2 by negative 3. I'm going to add it to row 1. And I'm going to place that here. So here's row 2, 2, 1, and negative 8. So row 3, negative 3 times row 2. So negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. Negative 6 plus 5 is negative 1. So I already got 1 in that diagonal there. Not the one that I want, but that's fine. 1 times negative 3 is negative 3, plus 3 is 0. And then negative 3 times negative 8, 8, 6, 24. That's 24. 24 plus negative 7. What's that? 24 plus negative 7, 4, 5, 6, 7. Negative 17, sorry. There we go. I don't see any mistakes. Let's keep going. So now what I want that number, that negative 1 there, to be a positive 1. So I'm going to multiply negative 1 times row 1 and put it back into row 1. So 1, 0, negative 17. And I still have 2, 1, negative 8. Okay, now I want a 0 in that corner. So to do that, here we go, 1, 0, negative 17. I'm going to multiply negative 2 by row 1 and add row 2. So negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. Negative 2 plus 0 is 0. Negative 2 times 0 is 0. plus 1 is 1. Negative 2 times negative 17, that's negative 34. Negative 34 plus 8, well, negative 34, oh, hold on, let me do it again, guys. Negative 2 times negative 17 is a positive 34. Positive 34 plus a negative 8 is 26. And there it is, guys. I think we're done. So what does that mean? That means that x equals negative 17 and that y equals 26. And let's check. Check. So y equals, so let's see. I'm just doing this right here, guys. So let's see. What was my y value again? 26. 26 equals negative 2 times negative 17 minus 8. Yeah, that's 34 right there. 34 minus 8 is 26. So that's correct. And now let's check the second equation. 5 times negative 17 plus 3 times 26. Does that equal negative 7? So 5 times 17, 5 times 15, that's going to be negative 85 plus 75. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 78. So it's going to be 78. And yeah, 78, 79, 81, 85, 5, 6, 7. Yep, that's negative 7. So it works, guys. Happy face. Let's go to the next one. So let's do another one, guys. So hopefully we're getting the hang of it. And then, yes, we're going to start doing more and more advanced ones. But here we go. So we're going to start with a matrix. 9, negative 8, and then 7. And then 9, negative 4, negative 1. There's my partition. And I see an opportunity to get a 0 on the bottom left-hand corner. So I'm going to go negative 1, row 1, plus row 2. So that's what I'm going to do. 9, negative 8, 7. And let's see, negative 1 times 9 is negative 9, plus 9 is 0. Negative 1 times negative 8 is 8, plus negative 4 is 4. And negative 1 times 7 is negative 7, plus negative 1 is negative 8. I don't see any mistakes so far, guys. By the way, I did that in here. So negative 1, row 1, plus row 2, and I did that and put it in there. So now what I want this 4 to be a 1. So I'm just going to go 1/4 times row 2 and put it back in row 2. So 9, negative 8, 7. 0 times 1/4 is 0. 1/4 times 4 is 1. 1/4 times negative 8 is negative 2. So there it is. So now what I see an opportunity to get a 0 here by multiplying row 2 by 8 and then adding. So I'm going to go 8 times row 2 plus row 1. And I'm going to put it back in row 1. 0, 1, negative 2, partition. So here we go. 8 times 0 is 0 plus 9 is 9. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 8 is 0. 8 times negative 2 is negative 16. Negative 16 plus 7 is a negative 9. All right, finally, I see an opportunity to get a 1 in this corner by multiplying by 1/9. So 1/9 row 1 and put it back into row 1. So here we go. 1/9 times 9 is 1. 1/9 times 0 is 0. 1/9 times negative 9 is negative 1. Partition, 0, 1, negative 2. And there it is, guys. We got x equals negative 1. We got y equals negative 2. Now, would I try this method if I had a choice? Probably not, guys. If you have a 2x2 system, maybe it's easier to do elimination. It looks like elimination might be better if we just subtract those two right there. And then you can get the y value. But it does come in handy when we start doing more and more advanced systems of equations, especially for 3x3s. And we'll show you that in the next class session, guys. But let's show you an example of how it's going to look when we log into Delta. So let's do that real quick. Okay. Can you guys see that? It's some random one. I haven't done it yet. We'll see how it works. It says, write an augmented matrix and use elementary row operations, which is what we're doing. In order to solve the following system of equations, your final matrix should be in reduced row echelon form. That means ones on the diagonal. In order to get credit, you have to have a correct final answer as accurate steps in each row of operation. Ooh, it sounds like a lot. Let's see. First of all, they already have it nice and orderly for me. They got the x's together, the y's together. So I'm just going to type in -5, -1, -1. And then I go here, -5, -3, -7. I enter a matrix, and then there it is. Now they want me to do stuff. I see an opportunity here to get a 0 right there on the bottom left-hand corner by just going row 1, or multiply row 1 by -1 and adding it to row 2. Do you guys see the same thing that I see? So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to go alter row 2 by adding multiple of row 1. Boom. And look what it does. It keeps row 1 for me. Do you guys see what we did? All right, so look. What am I multiplying row 1 by? By -1. Does everyone see that? So what's -5 times -1? 5. 5 plus -5? 0. All right, -1 times -1? 1 plus -3? -2. -1 times -1? 1 plus -7? -6. So I'm going to click enter. So far, it took it. I think even if you're wrong, it's going to take it. All right, so now that we got that there, look, the next step, we can... Okay. Okay, so someone tell me this answer here. I'm going to change it, remove last step. Let's see. Let's do the same thing, but let's put wrong numbers, right?
3.
Yeah, it's going to take it. So that wasn't correct. What do we do? It was, what was it again? 0, -2, and -6. Okay, that's the correct one. Alter row 2 by adding multiple row 1. All right, next, I see an opportunity to get a 1 right where it says -2. So let's get that 1. So how do I get that 1? Just multiply it by -half. Do you guys see that? Or divide by -2. Yeah, that's the same thing as saying multiply by -half. So I'm just going to go click, multiply row 2 by a constant. So here it is. What am I multiplying by? -half. 0, 1, 2, -2 times -half is 1, and 3. Got that one. We're done with that one. So we know one of the answers. Y is 3. So now what do we want? I see an opportunity to get a 0 on the upper right-hand corner where the -1 is at. Not the one in the far right, but the one in the middle. Cool? So what am I going to do? I'm going to take row 2, and I'm just going to add it to row 1. And I guess technically that's like saying multiplying row 2 by 1. So you click, and you go alter row 1 by adding multiple row 2. So it leaves row 2 alone. Okay. 0 plus -5? -5. Do you guys see what I'm doing? 1 plus -1? 0. 3 plus -1? 2. Oh, looks like we're going to get a fraction. Let's see. Well, hopefully we didn't do it wrong. That would suck. All right. Last. I'm going to turn that -5 into a +1. We're going to see. I didn't know we can get fractions here, but I guess apparently so. If I'm wrong, well, I make mistakes. But I'm pretty sure we did everything right. I don't see anything wrong so far. We're going to multiply row 1 by what? Instead of saying dividing by -5, that's the same thing as saying multiply by -1/5, right? So multiply row 1 by a constant. So let's see. -5 times -1/5 is a +1. Anything times 0 is 0. And here's the moment of truth. 2 times -1/5 is a -2/5. Oh, well, it looks nice here. Let's see. Here's the moment of truth. I'm 99% confident that this is true. Let's find out.
Because then it makes you do it again and again and again.
Well, yeah, but hopefully we're right. Okay, I don't see any mistakes. If I make mistakes, that's fine. Let's submit. Let's see what happens. Look, we got it right.